you went crazy on this bitch.
Welcome back to G Business. Today we got a little special friend here, not your average ordinary SRT. We're going to be doing a headlight upgrade, and in the midst of that, I'm going to show you how to change the oil filter on this. What we have here is your garden variety 2012 Jeep Liberty KK limited 4x4. Another vehicle in the lineup. This is the daily workhorse. Day to day, get things done. Pretty clean, 29,000 miles. Fully loaded everything. Got it for a pretty good steal a couple years ago. Been real good to me. Only problem I've had so far is the air conditioner box that sits in the middle of the dash. The left side has a bunch of gears and levers on it that popped off kind of loose and wouldn't let the air change to vent. It would stay on defrost all the time. And anyway, bought another box, like $100. Took the things off the side, didn't replace the box because that requires taking out the whole dash, all the interior, the dash, everything. So we just replaced the gears and levers, got it working good. Anyway, today we're focusing on headlights. This thing came with crap, like most Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge vehicles in the early 2000s. Regular seal beam halogen. This one's stock stuff, going to hell, just like it should. 9 years later. This one's not too bad. Turn signals are crap. Got some replacements for those too. Anyway, gonna go ahead and get started. And it's not that bad of a job. You know what we're putting on here. Step one, you want one of these. It's a plastic trim rivet remover. It's become very invaluable to me. We keep this in the toolbox at all times. Pretty much keep it in every car at all times. Comes with you can get it from Amazon. Comes with a box like 200 different fasteners for whatever you end up doing. You're gonna break them, take them off. But anyway, get them all out. Grill's the first thing to come off. One by one, pop them. Lift up on the tab first, and then go up under it. Now this is also what you're going to have to do when it's time to change the oil filter. This oil filter is a beast. I think it's pretty much just a hard problem on a 4x4, not on the regular 2x and whatnot, because they got some little blockages in here that won't let you just reach in. It's all the way down underneath the bank of cylinders. Hard to get. Anyway, once you got all those off, I'm gonna go ahead and unclip the clip there. You also gotta pop these up and around. But you know what? We're gonna remove all of them first, not just the dummies. The ones on the actual grill have to also come up, because it all comes out as one piece. I usually leave these somewhere. Leave them all up there for now. Now, you also got the hood latch cable. Just undo that. Bring it around. Get ready to slide this off. It just snaps in at the bottom. Off. Now, time to do the headlight. What you need for this is a Torx 20. You got it right here. Got a box of them that I got off of Amazon. Cheap. Got everything you need, all the Torx you need. Especially when dealing with these American cars that use Torx bits. But anyway, we got 3 screws keeping the headlight in. Easy here. One here. It's already loose. Look at that. Unlike the LXs and the WKs, you don't have to dig all up under the bumper to get these things off. This is just so super cool. Now, we got a couple of connections here to deal with. We've already did a sort of a LED light upgrade, but it plugged right into the factory harness. So I'll just slide the little red part down, get rid of that. And down here, you want to pull out the fog light bulb. Now, this is the only way to get to this fog light bulb. You got to pull the whole headlight out. Grill, headlight, everything you got to do. You will never be able to reach it and get it in there right. Because actually, I had a hard time getting in an LED bulb in here because this was so tight. So I had to loosen these, put the bulb in, set it, and then tighten them back down. You'll never be able to do that while it's in the car. Can't do it. At least I can't. Anyway, this headlight's off. Now that we got all the headlights off, the turn signals are coming out. It's a good time to do them. You're gonna have to pull off the inner fender liner so we get the wheel turned a little bit. We're gonna go in here with our trusty little remover tool so we can pop those little rivets out and pull back that liner to get those two screws. Safe. Whoops. Turning the wheel helps, but I still can't really reach. Oh yeah, I can. I think we got it. This is what it's supposed to look like. It's gonna be a whole new Jeep when we're done here. But anyway, we've opted for the LED replacements. We're going all LED on this thing. Already did the rears, but switchbacks are front, so when parking lights are on, they'll be white. When turn signal comes on, they'll flash amber. Good time to do it. We're gonna do it. Now, we've made access to both screws. With two little weird looking screws. They're not really screws. There's one on either side of the socket for the signal. I believe those are 10 millimeters. We'll get those out so we can make it work. All right, once we got all two of these little weird clip screw things out off the back, there's just one more remaining clip-in, interior style clip-in right there. Stick a wrench, the screwdriver in there, and pop it out. Dirty bastards out of there. The new should go in with these. You can see that these little things that just push on here. We should probably just push them on from inside under the fender, since there's no threads. But they'll go in just like that, and then pop, snap that in. So right now we're gonna check, make sure this light fixture works. Looks like everything's all good. Turn signal. Parking lights. Cool little deal, huh? Kind of hard to see, but you'll get the deal. We're gonna show nighttime lighting when it's all done. All right, so like I said, we'll just snap this right back in the way it came out. You'll feel the holes line up. That's it. Now we're gonna reach in, put those two little push style big bobbers back in. You know what? Gonna have to scroll. Turns out it was an 11 millimeter, not a 10. So for when it's time to take them off or do whatever you got to do, you want to get an 11 millimeter socket. deep socket too, because the little stud sticks up pretty far in there. That one's in. This other one down. Really not a difficult job. Using drop stuff. But other than that, lighting has always been fun for me. But I don't know, you deal with Audis and Mercedes, stock lighting is pretty good. They're usually on the cutting edge. I don't know why FCA, Daimler, Chrysler took so long to catch up in the lighting game. The chargers and stuff is pretty slick. The LED lighting and whatnot. So, it takes a little work to get these oldies in line. Not quite. A little more scrolling. And we're good. Well, turn signals are in, working. We got the rapid flash though, so these are not CAN bus enabled bulbs. We'll take care of that later, but they do flash, they do work. So we'll have the fast blinking for a minute. Shoot, I remember back in the days, people used to pay to buy the little flashers that would flash fast because they wanted it that way. But either way, it's good. LEDs, always better than incandescent. So we'll leave it like that. Now, time for headlights. Out with the old crap, in with the new. Basically, we just grabbed a set of replacement cheapies because we're not really using the reflectors that come with it, which are usually inferior to stock original OEM parts. So stock cheapies, replacements, open them up, put in an LED sealed unit projector. It's not a bulb. This is an actual projector with a LED and a fan built into it. Slides right in the hole for the light bulb, screw it on at the back, run the wires out. You're good to go. Time to put them on. Okay, as we get the lights ready to go, one thing we realized is this is the original connector that was in the car. The Projector Retrofit does not come with this reverse end or the male end for this female part. So we had to delete it, cut it off there, and we did regular connections here. We got black ground, one for low beam, one for high beam. Now, the problem with these cars is that when you hit the high beam, the power circuit to the low beam goes off, which is also the power for this particular high beam. So it actually cuts it off when you go to high beam. So what we're gonna have to do is find a way to keep probably through the star scan, to keep the low beam on when you hit high beams, to have functional, proper working high beam and low beam. But for now, we got a powerful low beam and a powerful fog, so that's it. The finished product. LED projectors, brand new LED switchback turn signals. Give it a full walk around. Really a factory look. Doesn't look crazy, but it's just the way it would have been if they continued to make this thing to where projectors became the absolute norm, short of LED modules or whatever. Let's do a light show. Headlights. It's tough to really see the projectors through here, but you get the idea. We'll set it up for nighttime ASAP.
5 minutes later.
All right, we're going for a little nighttime run with the new LED projectors. These things are fantastic from what I'm seeing so far. That's without them. Those are just the fog lights on right there. I got my daytime runners on. They're lighting up the road pretty good. But the LEDs, now, problem is they go out. One side's not flashing. But the high beams go out when you hit the lights go out when you hit high beam, because the circuit to the low beam cuts off, and that's what we're using, is the circuit to the low beam. We're just using high beam to move the little blocker that blocks the high beam part of the lens. So no high beams right now, but these low beams are spectacular. All right, this is what we got. Now I will admit that the video makes the lights look a lot brighter than they are, but these things are lighting up the night. I will be buying these from now on. They are fantastic. I can't say that enough. I've seen a lot of lights in my lifetime. A lot of LED bulbs. They've all been pretty much trash. LED projectors, the bomb. These are bright as any HID kit I've ever had. And I mean, I'm sold. I don't have to deal with ballast. I don't have to deal with relays and all the crap. These things are on par with, hey, right next to Audi, Lexus, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I let them speak for themselves. They are putting out like crazy. Best move I ever made. Let's look at that output. Can't really see anything right now, but I had a little mishap. My lens, my shroud fell off, so I gotta open them up and re-glue it. I think I glued it to the chrome, which I shouldn't have done. I know that was a mistake because both of them fell off, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. So anyway, that's the move.